What's going on, guys? My name is Jordan. I'm a technician at Hall Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Today's video are for owners of the Dodge Charger Daytona EV who are having issues with their side windows. Either that be losing calibration, not going up and down correctly, or they're not auto dropping when you open the door. I do have several updates that we can perform and a TSB to back it up. So we're going to try and perform these so that way you know exactly what's going on at the dealership. You're going to know there's a fix and what we're going to do to take care of it. Now I have this TSB here, and I'm going to put this up on screen so you can stop, pause, and read it. I'm also going to put it in the community pages, the Facebook group, and a nice write-up on the forum. Now what we're aiming to do here is update a couple modules so that way the windows work correctly. Now whether that be them losing calibration and not doing it auto up and auto down, or not dropping down when you're opening the door and closing it. Now that one's pretty important. Stellantis has been harping to their technicians that if we open this door when the vehicle has no power, let's say it's completely dead, and we shut it, it has the ability to shatter the glass or stress it where it may crack in the future. And what I'm talking about here is, you can see this channel right here because these are frameless windows. If I open the door, they drop down about 1/4 of an inch. That way I can open it, I shut it, and it goes back up. Now you do have the ability, like I said, if for some reason the car has a fault and it does not do that, and you slam this, one, it can shatter the glass, two, it can stress it and cause it to crack down the road. Now, there have been multiple people in the Facebook groups. I've seen the pictures, and there's been other YouTubers who made videos about it. People just driving down the road, all of a sudden, their passenger window just shatters. Glass doesn't break for a reason. It usually has some kind of underlying issue. It's been stressed. Something's going on. So this one's going to be pretty important. All right, so let's get into doing these software updates. The two models that I'm going to be updating today are going to be my driver door module and my passenger door module. I'm going to be doing both of them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my micropod and plug it into my DLC. And then I'm going to press the ignition button to run so we can communicate with the vehicle. Next, I'm going to remove the access panel so that way I can get to the jump post, and that way I can apply 50 amps of continual power. These vehicles do not like to be updated and have voltage drops. They do some weird stuff and it can cause a lot of damage, and they are pretty adamant about them having good, stable voltage during any software update. All right, now my car is a little mad at me because I've been messing with it all day, so it's got some codes that wouldn't necessarily be there, so you'll see some things highlighted on the topology. But what I'm going to come over here and do is I'm going to access my passenger door module. I've already done the driver door module just to make sure everything would go smooth, and it did, but I'll come over, load up the software, and we'll let her cook. Now, why this thing is updating too, I want to show you guys this. This is the reason I think that, we don't see a lot of over-the-air updates that don't pertain to anything other than Uconnect. Because if you can see, this simple door module is annihilated the car right now. It is freaking out. It's just got warning message after warning message. Doors won't open. That's why I keep the window rolled down, because they can do some extremely weird things during a software update. And it's critical that we have, really good voltage while we're doing this. Because, we don't want to mess anybody's car up. All right, after about 10 minutes, we have successfully completed our software update. So, the actual software update per side, it's about, 10 minutes per module, so about 20 minutes of actual software updates. We still need to get your car in and write it up, do all that good stuff that's involved with bringing your car in for service. But this update should be fairly quick when it's done. But now that it's done updating, I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to cycle my key real fast. Then we'll head on back over to YTech. I'm going to clear any codes that I may have created, which I'm sure I created a bunch. Because again, these things do weird stuff when you update them. All right, code's cleared, nothing weird. So I'm going to come through and I'm going to check my doors, check my windows, and I'm just going to make sure everything works correctly the way that it should, and verify my repair. They go up, they go down automatically, nothing weird. Cool. So yeah, that's it for the updates for the driver door module and passenger door module for any issues you may be facing with the side windows. Now just remember, when you guys come into the dealership, these are symptom-based. We just don't go around performing software updates and TSBs. You have to have a symptom. It's just something Stellantis does. It's not by our choice. It's just the requirements that they give to us. So You know, unfortunately, you have to have the symptom, be complaining about it. You know, let them know that your windows lose calibration. They're not doing the auto up, the auto down, and we're going to be able to take care of you. So I really hope this video helps. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. I'll see you next time.